Okay, it's our last one. This is correlation. Correlation, unlike t-test and ANOVA, it's looking for relationships. Typically what happens is you have two variables that are continuous level. Okay? Exercise frequency and exercise addiction are at a continuous level variable because, as you can see, I use a Likert scale. All right? I have several sets of questions. They answered strongly agree, strongly disagree. That's called a Likert scale. It's typically continuous level measurement. So obviously I couldn't do a correlation there because my independent variable was at a categorical level because I was looking at the different types of exercisers and comparing them on a dependent variable which was continuous. All right, so correlation looks at the relationships between two variables, and what happens is it's considered to be a as one goes up, another one goes up, so that's a positive correlation, or as one goes down, another one goes up, and that's what they call a negative correlation. Okay, so I had to redo my variables here because when I did exercise frequency, I noticed that some people wrote negative numbers. One person was writing words. So that's one thing that's a little frustrating about when you do surveys and people aren't around, is that sometimes people don't answer questions correctly, and sometimes, as you can see right here, they didn't answer them at all. I just figured if they didn't answer it, they probably didn't exercise at all. Again, one person gave a negative number. I just put 0 in. So when we go to correlation, you go to Analyze, Correlate, Bivariate, and look for on average. So this is how many hours a week do you exercise? Okay, exercise frequency related to exercise addiction. I mean, this is not going to be groundbreaking. And hit OK. Yep, that's not quite groundbreaking. So this significant two-tailed means that it is significant. Okay, it is a positive number. So unlike t-test, where you can have a negative number and you just take the absolute value, a negative or a positive number is actually meaningful. Negative means a negative correlation, positive means a positive correlation. So this is a moderate correlation between exercise addiction and hours per week they work out. Okay, so this hypothesis is supported. Okay, R is the letter, if you will, for the statistic correlation, and it is 0.36 is the correlation actual number, and then P is less than 0.05. Okay. Now, exercise addiction is related to competitiveness. That probably shouldn't be too groundbreaking either. So, analyze, correlation, bivariate. I'm going to take that one out. I keep forgetting my variable of competitiveness. So not a very strong correlation here. So it's, again, a positive number rounded up. R equals rounded up 0.20. P is less than 0.05. All right, I'm going to do this third one because I want you to pay attention to these asterisks, because a negative number actually means a higher degree of that variable. So comparison orientation in exercise is related to social media use. Okay? So analyze, correlation. I'm going to reset. Comparison orientation in exercise is related to social media use for comparison. Just see what we got. All right. So as you can see, it's significant. It's a negative number. .43, or actually right, negative point, actually 0.44. P is less than 0.05. All of these hypotheses are non-directional. However, if I wanted to make them directional, I could say comparison orientation in exercise is positive related to social media use, and that hypothesis would still be supported, because as I said, in your interpretation here, social media use for comparison, a lower number indicates a higher degree of that variable. So in other words, therefore, the higher a person compares in exercise, the higher the social media use for exercise comparison. Okay? So I'll let you do these other ones. All right? So I am going to be moving this week, so I'm kind of going to be in and out of the office, but certainly if you need to meet with me, just bust me an email and I will do that for you. Try to do it in the Forsyth lab, and that way you're not going to have any problems with scheduling or anything. One thing I also want you to do is fill this exercise sheet out, and then also what you'll need to do is export your output, because I want to see your output as well. All that is all of your output. If you run all your data at the same time, it saves on the same output right here. So go to File, go to Export, which I can't see. Let me see if I can just move this thing. There we go. File, Export, Export. And export it as a PDF. All right, then name it. Is it homework 7? I think it's homework 7. Okay. And then save it to your desktop or whatever. Okay. And make sure you attach that PDF, your output, to your homework. All right. Have a good day. Bye.